Lord knows I'ma give it all I got. I'm never giving in. If I rise to the top, it'll pay off in the end. Sometimes I feel lost, I don't know where to begin. Ain't trying to stop. Yeah. I can do this.
D-Bird just mentioned to me this idea of going out to a mansion in Texas and recording an album, and that's kind of right up my alley.
People who've never met before in real life, putting them in a house and saying you have this much time to create an album.
Okay, it is a real place, yes.
Hell yeah.
White Collar Rhymes is exactly what it says. It's just, people who work jobs and rap.
Online collaboration's great and stuff, but like the actual like feeling of being like in the moment and like creating like, yes, we got this, like let's go. And it's a feeling like nothing I've ever experienced.
White Collar bringing heat, we ain't even hit the peak.
It feels like we've known each other for years.
I've seen D-Bird on camera. I've seen his stupid little dab, and I hate it. I've seen Cody Nash, jittery and amped up when he's excited about, conspiracy theory he wants to talk about. I would have been more surprised if somebody behaved differently than what I've already come to know.
It's crazy to see you and you.
Soul of a golden god by my team, imagine the rapping and then wrote it off. No fraud, an MC and a sex beast. Trying to find a balance, truly XL when I spread cheese. Yeah, I'm what the internet needs, but what the streets hate. It's my birthday, come blow the candle out on this beefcake. Stop lying, tell the truth. I am legend, this is the bar you measure to.
We didn't think this was real.
Maybe we should all just link up and do some music together.
How serious are we about putting together an album and then having it filmed?
To be honest with you, I have no idea what the last mixtape is.
This is the last mixtape. This documentary is the last.
Oh, is that what this is?
That's what it's called.
Bang, bang. Hello.
XM's ignorance to what the last mixtape is as we're actively shooting will never get old to me. I love that part.
Never ceases to amaze me, the ignorance of that young man. Welcome. It is August 20th, 2025, the year of our Lord and Savior, based God. August is almost done. September is almost here. Fall is upon us. School is starting. Bird, are you excited?
Couldn't care less. As a grown adult with 0 school-aged children, I don't give a fuck about any of the pencils, any of the eraser tops, any of the new sneakers. Fuck them kids. Give the money to me instead.
You're not concerned about the exponential growth of traffic in your commutes you may or may not make on a day-to-day basis, Monday through Friday?
Man, I don't go anywhere. I do this, and then I move downstairs in front of my TV. Then I move upstairs, do another stream. Then I move downstairs in front of another screen. I'm good.
That's fair. Well, summer's almost over. Hurricane season is also upon us. Are you guys on the West Coast? Do you guys even care about hurricane season? Or you just watch the news and be like, look at those.
Again, those are other people's problems. And luckily, the federal response to flooding and hurricanes and any other natural disasters are thoughts and prayers. And is it a red state or a blue state? So we're good.
It must be nice. A little bit cloudy today. Power flickered yesterday. No real rain or anything, but I think the clouds are gone. Nothing here in Texas, but I hear it's raining on the East Coast. So thoughts and prayers as well.
Thoughts and prayers, East Coast.
All right. Well, we're here to listen to some subscriber stuff. It is Wednesday, so that's what we do here. Listen to the subs. Give them a rating 1 through 10. Tell them what we like, don't like, how indifferent we feel about their haircut, their personality. We listen to music, but if you have anything else you want us to review, such as, your mugshot, your profile picture, your resume, we're open to all sorts of suggestions.
That's what I'm here for. Like, please send us photos of your Tia. Give us, the best story you've ever told in, text form, and we'll rate it 1 to 10.
Tell us a joke. Make us laugh. Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should have like people call in and see if they can make us laugh.
I can't. I'm just so cringe about that shit because the people that volunteer for that are the most unfunny fuckers ever. They're like, that's just universally true. Anyone's like, oh, I got one. They're gonna suck so much dick.
You never know. G Baby might call in and tell us like a wonderful joke one day.
That I would be here for. We do love G Baby here at WCF.
All right. Anything in the news going on that you had on top of your mind that you wanted to talk about, banter about? Anything of interest?
You go first.
I saw just briefly before I started, and then earlier in the day that what's his name? Logan Paul, Jake Paul, one of those Paul motherfuckers was fighting Tank Davis. Any interest in that?
I did, and I saw the breakdown. It's like Tank Davis is like 5'4", 130 pounds. Jake Paul's like 6'2", with like twice the arm span. Crazy.
Think it'll be a good match though?
No. They have weight classes for a reason. And just he finds matches that are just like, it'll trick the average, it'll trick the casual into thinking like anything can happen. This is going to be the time that the boxing world knocks out, the Paul.
Yeah. I think he finds matches that are just interesting enough to not dismiss what he's doing, but then also it's like, is this really a match that in a regular scenario a boxer would have? Probably not.
I mean, it's weird because it's like, on one hand, did he make Tyson back all of the money that he was like down? Probably. Like I heard allegedly, what I remember, could be wrong, but Tyson was just like so bankrupt, so like he just squandered all of his money on crazy shit. He was trying to get back to good, and then this opportunity with Netflix, as much of a joke as it was, now he's like back to being a millionaire and super comfortable, lifetime money. So is it really a villain story? Because you also kind of ruined your legacy on that, if that's what you care about.
It sounds like a superhero story to me. Fucking rich.
Money for paradise. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you fight a bunch of semi-famous and famous people, what, like once a year, twice at best, if you really want to push it, make several $1 million and everybody talks about you. Sure, people hate you or don't like you, but in your circle, you're the king.
Dude, Logan Paul, Jake Paul, they are the masters of marketing. In 2025, masters of marketing. I got to give props where props are due.
The only person that can take them down at this point is Elon Musk.
I
double
don't
masters
understand.
in marketing.
I don't understand. I don't understand that phenomenon. Anyone that still thinks he's interesting, beyond me.
I think at this point it's just interesting to see what crazy he'll think of next.
Yeah. Gray Baby, can we have a slap fight club already, D-Bird? Sure, go nuts. Form a snap. I am not going to hold you back from your dreams. Now, WCR sponsored one, which I participate in. No, I'm not about that life. Can't go outside.
No.
I'm a screen boy.
You're not touching me. You touch me, I'm slap you back, but not in a playful manner.
There it is.
Now we can have a Nerf gun fight. That's fair.
My shitty little hometown apparently has a full-blown Nerf, like instead of paintball, there's an inside Nerf gun war arena. And I've been too fucking Achilles broken to fuck with it. I'm really curious.
You should complain if they don't have like accessibility stuff, like, hey, where's your ramp at so I can scoot my way into this building and shoot Nerf darts at everybody.
Yeah, this wasn't ADA accessible. It's fucked up.
Boom, roasted. Get the one place that you want to visit shut down before you even have a chance to go.
One thing I did love about airsoft guns, so I used to work at Big Five Sporting Goods back when I was a youth, and those shits like looked for real. I would like stare at the boxes all day and just be like, damn, this is like tactical equipment, you know? And I know people spend thousands of dollars to like outfit themselves with all the latest gears, just like any other, you know, military industrial complex, except for it shoots little BBs. But I always thought it were interesting. Did you ever have like a paintball gun or a airsoft dice?
My brother had a BB rifle when we were kids, but we didn't really use it that much after he accidentally shot through the makeshift wall that we set up and it hit the neighbor's house. Didn't too much do target practice in the backyard anymore, but my neighbors, they used their BB gun to hunt squirrels in the yard, well, in the neighborhood actually, so that they could skin them and eat them.
That's pretty southern right there. Yeah.
Pretty southern, yeah. You wouldn't be a strange occurrence to be walking through the neighborhood or driving through the neighborhood and see them, you know, pointing their BB gun at the trees and then waiting for a squirrel to fall so that they could put it in a bucket and skin it in the backyard. As my neighbor once said, they're not just for looking at.
I think you remember the Next bus? Remember Next on MTV? I think one of those was like picks up roadkill and eats it. I was like, oh, all right. Don't mess with him.
I feel like in some scenarios that might be a green flag.
Yeah. You know, enterprising, finds food, not gonna starve.
Provides for his family. Yeah. Knows a good meal when he sees one. Damn it. All right. Well, let's get rocking and rolling on some music. I think we got enough of a crowd here. First up, The Fallen Dove. People with these name changes. This is Glazed Donut Freestyle. Glazed Donut. I'm almost afraid to know what that means.
Sounds like Swag Lane. This is Fallen Dove.
Yo, Hayden. Yo. I record one of my usual style. Yeah, record your usual style. Count my stock. Yeah, count your stock. Count my stock. Count your hit the gun butt. Hit the gun butt. Till your fuck. Count my stars. Count my stars. Having fun. Yeah. With your fuck. Pull up in a big red car, it goes fast. Admire me from afar, I go fast. When I vroom, off the streets. Do some shrooms. When I eat, yeah, we tripping through the night, baby. Yeah, why don't you take this ride, baby? Yeah, I don't know, I'm hitting this cherry pipe so much, but it's my life. Shout out Kodak Black, keep it a stack. Caviar, got a little sturgeon, ayy, I'm a surgeon. On your beat, feeling like a bumblebee the way I buzz. They call me Cher the way I keep all your stuff. And they call me the closet where I keep it above. And they call me hard the way I get that love, but I still don't trust you, ayy, I still don't love you. Hey, pull up in a black Ferrari. Hey, I'm driving it. Hey, I'm not sorry. Study your anatomy, called out biology. I don't care if you're mad at me, I still got my enormity. Hey, spells on the beat like an epileptic. Yeah, stay right on the beat like elliptic. Bike. Hey, I ride the system called metrics. Hey, when you riding me, we call that sex tricks. Hey, baking the biscuits while you faking your business. I'm tired of your business. I'm acting all vicious while you acting all suspicious. How about you back up and I'll welcome in the club? Hey, you little chub, I'ma give you a shove. I don't want you here. I don't want you here. I don't care if you're queer, but you just make me live in fear. I don't want you here, baby. Get out of here. Hey, I don't want you here. Get out of here. Yeah, get out of here, bro. I want some Fruit Loops in my glazed donuts. Hey, did I tell you Dunkin' Donuts has the best glazed donuts? Get the maple bars too. Can I get a glazed donut? Yeah. Yeah, I want some glazed donuts. Glazed donut. Yeah, we glazing.
Honestly, like glazed donut, you know, obviously popular term for all the grossos and the pervs on the internet, but it is the best kind of donut if we're talking about donuts. You know,
I like the cinnamon sprinkle donut. The cinnamon sprinkled sugars on it. I don't. But after this song, I don't even know how I feel about glazed donuts anymore.
Here's how I feel. Well, first off, before we move on, Krispy Kreme glaze, fresh out the box, still warm.
I don't like how manufactured Krispy Kreme donuts look. They look like perfect little circles with perfect layer of glaze on it, and it just
perfect.
It reminds me of all the chemicals that my body enjoys presented to me nicely, and I like the slight imperfections in just a little crinkly donut with glaze on it. I like the mom and pop donut shops. Support your local businesses, folks.
Yeah.
Gunshot.
Look, I gotta tell you, Dove, probably the best delivery I've heard of you. Like, maybe this is you taking our advice and just like having fun with it, just experimenting, trying different things. But notice when you're not like trying to do a rap voice, you're just kind of saying whatever. There was different tones that happened all throughout it. You know what I mean? Like, the issues I had with this weren't in the delivery, and even the flow was on. You know, the flow was on throughout. However, the auto-tune, there's no reason for it. This would instantly get bumped up a couple points just without the auto-tune. There's no fucking reason for it. You're rapping. Just use your fucking natural voice. Now, maybe it took this goofy song to do it, but you're actually going up and down in octaves as you're saying things. Crazy, I know. But the other part of this is the content. So obviously you're just saying whatever. You're just rhyming nonsense. So that is what it is. I got to give you props where props are due for experimenting with the delivery. And I think this, if you could do this with writing, finding relatable content, then you'll be on your way. This song was a fun 5 for me for all the good things, with some points taken off for other stuff I mentioned.
Yeah, I'm in that same vein. The best delivery that I've ever heard from you, because it didn't feel like forced half singing. It wasn't drenched in auto-tune. It wasn't like muffled, and it was understandable. Albeit the volume of the vocals was a little bit too high overall. I agree with Bird. I think the biggest issue that I have with your songs, you know, all the standard things that we talk about aside, is the content. Like, the content is either, I know you deem it as fun, but it's not necessarily relatable fun to everybody else, because half the time it's like, you know, I don't know. I don't even want to repeat some of the things that you said, but I think that's the biggest drawback from your songs, is getting into the content. And if you could figure out a way to be more relatable and less socially awkward in your content, I think it would go a long way to actually helping you make better songs, like choosing different beats. And I try not to get on the soapbox, but I just feel like it's, you know, it's a product of what you listen to. Like, you listen to so much of the same style of music that's what you try to recreate. And, you know, maybe try doing something different would go a long way. But yeah, I think the delivery was the best that I've heard. Just the content didn't necessarily resonate with me, so I'll give it a 5.5.
Rogue Jepson needs to refresh. He's just talking about glazing right now. Yeah, it was like 10 years ago that we were talking about that.
Yeah. Rogue Jepson, welcome back with the sub. He's got his track up next. He said he wasn't planning on sending us, but awaiting Jacob mix feedback from Bird. So what better way to get Bird's feedback than to force him to listen?
Here it is. I saw you sent me these two, and I was just doing crazy shit the last couple days. So my bad. Let's go.
All right, here's Perfect Night featuring D. Space Bird.
love been on my mind. I've been running around forever, but love just hard to find. I won't use you for your body, girl, cause that's just not my vibe. Oh, we take this slow and steady, and we have a perfect night. We'll hop off the bench, I see your reflection. We're feeling the tension. I don't got a question. Where does the time go? See my face in your shadow. She don't want a man though, but don't let my heart know.
It's that gentleman bop.
Guess I said I wanted love in the first place. Broke my heart right down in the worst way. Got you out cause I know you got off work late. Tonight we out, same town as my birthplace. I just been taking off heat, messing with her in the street. Confident I'm enough and I know you're the one, darling. You swept me off of my feet. I regret what I said, I was risky. Dropped a purse, turned around and she kissed me. I gotta know if this is real to me. She dressed so fancy. Hope you know I got the feeling. Is this my fantasy? I don't care if you in love with me, but love been on my mind. I've been running around forever, but love just hard to find. I won't use you for your body, girl, cause that's just not my vibe. Oh, we take this slow and steady, and we have a perfect night. We'll hop off the bench, I see your reflection. We're feeling the tension. I don't got a question. Where does the time go? See my face in your shadow. She don't want a man though, but don't let my heart know.
Don't let my heart know that the bar's closed. Last call before we headed down a dark road. Saw a rose poking through my sorrows. Marked those minutes against the time that we borrowed. Skinned the barcode, sold my soul at a bargain. Made myself a target, y'all know discount love. Half off and we start broke. Dodging pink slips, get more tired than a car show. Cause you are home, and I don't need expensive vacations and chasing the sun. To bathe in her love, embracing it rough. Could get plenty numbers, but wait for the one. Something tells me you could make me healthy. Sing soprano for my Dr. Melfi. Help me cope with the ice caps melting. Why feel so numb until a touch I never felt things? Can you match my energy? Lips taste like destiny. She's an angel that was sent for me. One kiss and we clip the wings.
I don't care if you in love with me, but love been on my mind. I've been running around forever, but love just hard to find. I won't use you for your body, girl, cause that's just not my vibe. Oh, we take this slow and steady, and we have a perfect night. We'll hop off the bench, I see your reflection. We're feeling the tension. I don't got a question. Where does the time go? See my face in your shadow. She don't want a man though, but don't let my heart know.
Right, that was Perfect Night by Rogue Jefferson featuring D Bird.
I think Ray just nailed it. So I was going to say my vocals are a little too present. I would also say that the ad-libs on mine, I wasn't a big fan of the high-pass filter on that. I'd take the high-pass filter off, probably bury them a little bit more in the mix just to have more of a natural sound. And kind of the same thing with the bridge. I think the bridge, there was like one layer of maybe the high-pass filter on it. And I think if there's a way to kind of blend those together a little bit better to make it more of a present sounding versus like that one layer and then the high pass, I think that would be better in my mind. I know you sent me 2 versions of this, and I didn't even get a chance to really listen to either. So I'm curious what the other version sounds like. I did feel like listening to this one, it sounded like you came in a little late on the first part of the song, like starting it right off. Felt like you came in a little late on that for the first line. And then on your choruses, like it felt like it had more body before, like again, kind of that natural sound, the layers were working together versus kind of having them segmented. So I'm not sure what was done in the mix. I don't, that's just my first initial reaction is those thoughts. What you think, guys?
If there's one thing I know about Mixing D Bird, it's that he can't stand a high pass filter on his ad libs. He's always like, take that shit off.
I don't know. Maybe that's what the youths do. I don't know. I'm just an old grumpy man. I don't know.
Every time I've tried to sneak it in there, he's like, "Yeah, I'm not feeling the high pass filter." I'm like, "Damn it, he got me."
Okay.
But I've gotten to the point now. I always prepare a second mix. I'm like, okay, I'll see if I can sneak it by him. If not, got this other one handy. Here's my thoughts. As everybody knows, I listened on my studio monitors, and the main thing that I heard is that I went from listening to a stereo track as Rogue was doing his parts, and then Bird's verse came in, and it went to a bottleneck of a mono track, mono vocals, and then back to a stereo when Bird's bridge, and then Rogue came back in. And that's not any fault of D Bird's. I think there needs to be some width applied to Bird's vocals. If everything that Rogue has is going to have some panning left right, and Bird's bridge is going to have panning left right, I feel like there needs to be some space brought out of Bird's vocals, because otherwise it sounds like you basically go through a tunnel for a moment while Bird is rapping, and then you come out of the tunnel and it's back into the wide open air. That was the main thing that stood out to me, is like it needs, whatever happens with Bird's vocals, it needs to have a little bit more of a wet sound to it, whether it's reverb, adding some width and space to it, because it definitely was, it stood out to me that like, okay, Rogue did everything with a couple of layers, Bird's bridge had a couple of layers, but Bird's rapping verse itself was just a single layer, and it just sounds like way different than everything else. It sounds good overall, like everything meshes and flows together well. That just stood out to me listening on bigger speakers. I'm like, oh shit, what happened here? But overall, I mean, I like it. I think Rogue, you did good on your performance parts, where I know I've been kind of critical about hanging on to notes and stuff like that. I think you did a good job like maintaining melodies and hitting the notes where you needed to hit them. So I don't have any, real strong opinions or feedback about the song itself. It's just that one aspect of the mix is what stood out to me. Do I have to rate this, or?
I don't care.
All right, next.
I will say that when Rogue sent that over to me, I was like, holy shit, I love this. This is great. I mean, sure, it's a little, nice guy, like it, but that's who he is. He's a nice guy. And I was like, all right, I'm going to have to match that energy and not talking about glazing donuts,
Have you ever played video games with Rogue? Not a nice guy.
I don't know that I have.
Sabotages every fucking game. It's like,
you didn't
hey,
tell me that on the matchup we had. You're like, watch out, this guy's gonna fuck you.
Yeah, definitely gonna screw you over. He might as he's figuring things out, he's like, okay, I'll follow the rules. But then once he learns how the mechanics goes, Rogue, that one aspect of his name comes out. The Rogue comes out of him, and he's like, I'll just do whatever. All right, next up, Unit. Very unknown style on my part, but was feeling the singing a bit, so it became something. And Cyclone joined in.
Sick.
Featuring Cyclone.
Purchase your tracks today.
Feeling the vibe you give off, it is actually something I need, yeah. I need you here in my room, not enough to have you on the screen. No, you are the reason I threw in my pills. Thanks to you, I'm clean now. So I need a new addiction, and I'm thinking it's gonna be a queen. Yeah. Whoa, I need a queen now. Whoa. Yeah. I'm feeling whole when you call me. I wanna have you up on me. In the night I'm giving all of me. Your eyes are space like astronomy. Lost in a hypnotized lovely psychology. I wanna feel when you're feeling on me. Your inner beauty's what I wanna see. We work together and I think that you would agree. So let's take your stuff for a spree. Girl, when you're taking it off, my body is taking it strong. How can I handle it? Girl, we are making it long. We're taking hit off a bong. You're fucking real good to a song. Don't take it all for granted. One night I planned it's all good. Our lovers landed. Plane crash landed a hole, yeah. Feeling the vibe you give off, it's actually something I need, yeah. I need you here in my room, not enough to have you on the screen. No, no, you are the reason I threw in my pills. Thanks to you, I am clean now. So I need a new addiction, and I'm thinking it's gonna be a queen. Yeah, 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 yeah. Whoa, I need a queen now. Whoa, whoa, yo.
Looking at smile, seeing the crown, gonna turn your world upside down. Seeing your faces got me feeling like a movie scene. That one movie from the Queen girl, gonna give you a wedding ring. Sometimes I feel loose in my head, gonna move you like a string. Feeling so cold, waiting in line outs now. Watching from the crowd, seeing the playoffs go. Every day feeling the mistakes from my head, I just feel insane. Can't catch a break, no car race, twin flame burn into the game. Can't figure out the truth with these lies. One day you'll be left behind. Seeing the stars fade away, you're looking misplaced. Dusk is falling down, you're looking displaced.
All right, that was Queen by Unit featuring Cyclone. Fresh on my mind, like at the end there with Cyclone, like he's been getting better recently with his harmonizing and melodies, but he fell back into that habit of play A, like adding in fictional vibrato where it isn't needed. Like, and I'm not trying to, knock on it. I think he did it. I like this as a Unit song, and I think Cyclone didn't ruin it, I should say. Cyclone, he added something to it that was kind of a different take on it. I think the thing with Cyclone that is similar to Fallen Dove's issue is the wording. Like the word choices that you put in some of your lines where it forces you to say things in a awkward manner that doesn't necessarily have the same flow as if you just swapped out the word or changed the structure that you're saying. So like, and then when you do stuff like play A, like it feels like a digression. But I think Unit, interesting take from you. I think we're used to hearing you just rap. So I think the singing was solid. Mostly what I hear in the mix is like there's a lot of like breath moments where you're like taking a breath or you're getting ready to say something. That kind of stuff can be cleaned up a little bit. I was gonna say, because you do have layers on here, I feel like there's some moments where layers could have helped and they weren't necessarily present, but you did have layers, sprinkled throughout. So I don't know. It's kind of like, maybe it's just getting used to hearing you approach the song like that. Maybe like on a second listen, it wouldn't stand out so much, but it definitely seemed like there were some moments where I thought there should have been a layer and there wasn't, but then there was moments where you had layers and it sounded good. So I think it's a interesting listen overall. I guess I'd give it a 7.
Yeah, I'm pretty close to that as well. I think that Unit needs to sing more. Holy shit, that voice was great, man. I love that. And for me, like, again, I don't know exactly what went into this, but when I was listening to his layers, it almost sounded manufactured. You know what I mean? It almost sounded like he did one layer and then had like a filter that just kind of put other stacks of layers on it rather than recording individual layers separately. I wonder if that's what happened. Regardless, it sounded good. It just kind of sounded a little sharp in some areas of the mix. As far as Cyclone, I do like kind of the style here. I think it's a good style blend, but kind of like Dice said, there's definitely some wording things that I'm just like, it just makes for kind of a bit of an awkward listen, timing wise. But you sounded comfortable-ish, and I'm not mad at it. So I'd give it a 7 as well.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Joe Boston felt deprived of feedback during the song league, so beat down D-Bird's barricaded door where he's recovering with his torn Achilles and said, "Play my song, damn it." So Ray Stans, Rogue Jepson, anybody in the audience, Joe Boston is looking for your feedback. on this track called Delusional Fame, produced by Dusty B.
I think it's wicked trash.
Hey, Ma, can you shut the fuck up? I'm trying to be famous here. Stepped out the door, smiled for the camera, jaws hit the floor. Eagle like my dick, bigger than Thor's hammer. No manners, just a man with no standards. Swimming pool full of pussy. Hand me the.
Wait, I need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you shut the fuck up? I'm trying to be famous here. Stepped out the door, smiled for the camera, jaws hit the floor. Eagle like my dick, bigger than Thor's hammer. No manners, just a man with no standards. Swimming pool full of pussy. Hand me those gold lanyards. Baby, I'm on fire, smoking like throat cancer. Enter my home, smelling like pole dancers. Actress fake tits doing ton tricks with Jolly Ranchers. Netflix hit the split, laughing at Zoolander. Fans ring my doorbell, they know I won't answer. Albums to sell, do them dirty like clothes hampers. Numbers decline, these critics won't slander. Dusty control the buffet line, he's a dope sampler. No gambler, show my sofa gold chains and face on those banners. Party like a rock star, road-headed old campers. Living the life of Botox and tramp stampers. Loose cannon, who's gonna change these kids' pampers?
Hey, thank you, everyone. Joe Boston. Hey, you want an autograph? Get the fuck out of here.
I'm a piece of shit, ain't hard to figure. Live in rap's basement with my mom and Big Tigger. Writing rhymes, hoping one day I'll get bigger. Just beat my SoundCloud, what a fucking trigger. My bitch a loud talker and a vodka swigger. Listen to Kanye, became a gold digger. I just wanna rap, please shut that fucking pie hole. Gonna die if I look on Spotify. Haven't reached my goal, few tats on my face. Now look how I roll. Act gangsta on the streams, walk around with my eyes roll. Just wanna go viral. I'm bitching in the kitchen, Tom Brady, Mr. Spiral. Rocking dirty clothes from the dirty clothes pile. Internet will connect, welfare checks with a smile. Wanna rap and be famous, live in denial. Sit on my anus, hard to explain this. I'll never be an idol.
Sit on my anus.
All right, that was Joe Boston with Delusional Fame.
I remember giving my feedback to this. I don't know if I did it live or if I did it in the chat of the season. Who knows at this point? So I remember saying something. I don't remember what was said. So I'll just say my first reaction here. Joe, I will say your voice sounds good over this. I don't have a problem with the beat. I actually think the beat's kind of dope, personally. I think that listening to the beat and kind of understanding where the pocket is and understanding kind of when it transitions is a struggle here, right? Like the part of the chorus, the beat changes and you still have another half a line to get out, right? And then you go kind of into your interlude as the chorus is going. You do come back in at the right time, but again, at the end, kind of your line goes in, it bleeds into the chorus. So that's one of those things to look for. And I think I've said it before in response to some of your songs where it's like the line ends at the second snare, pretty much always. Every beat, sure, maybe nerds try to find something to prove me wrong, but like boom, boom, tisk, a boom, ba boom, tisk. That's one line. And I think the way that you write, you need to write to the beat or understand here is the space for 16 lines. 1, 2, 3 to 16. After 16, then comes the chorus. There's just too much kind of, okay, I'm going to end half of my line on kind of what should have been the end of the line and then bleed into the second one. So I think that's my biggest issue with it. But I will say you sounded good. This is probably the rawest I've heard you sound. And I thought it was kind of a funny concept. So that element I liked of it. I'd give this a 5.
The beat was funky, except for the samples that kept coming in and just being ridiculously loud and adding no value to the song itself. So I can understand from Catalyst's perspective if I'm mixing this and these weird ass samples sounds keep overpowering the vocals, how fucking annoying that would be. I agree. I think, Joe, you've gotten to a point to where you're now mostly on the beat. I think the problem, similar to some other people, is the writing. I think you're too focused on writing. Every line has to be set up punchline, set up punchline, set up punchline. I'm listening to it, and that's basically the style for all of your writing is set up punchline, set up punchline. And maybe this isn't the track for storytelling, maybe this isn't the track for metaphors and all the other stuff, but it also leads to your flow just being like super elementary, like Bird was saying, da, 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 da. That's basically your flow, just kind of like tap dancing around the beat itself, depending on whatever beat you chose. Like, it has to be more than just set up punchline. Give me something to like envision. Give me something to like think about once you get to the last, like maybe the 8th line, what you said in like the first 2, like how those things connected. Like, I don't need you're writing your vocalized lyrics as if this is still like text in like the early 2000 message boards. And I think the biggest thing that's holding you back flow wise is that itself is like, you're so focused on like, I got to do a punchline every other line to make people laugh or make people like go, oh my God. And you're not focusing on writing an actual song. So like, there's a difference between, you know, writing bars and writing songs, and you're still writing bars and you're trying to spit bars that don't necessarily fit in the lines. And that's disrupting your flow. It's making the songs awkward. And I think that's all the things that we've been hearing over the last year and a half or so is like, you're still rapping as if this is text, and it's not text anymore. There's like the things that we say to Dove and Cyclone, there's inflections, there's different moments where you might want to pause, let the track breathe a little bit, and you know, different things that you can do orally that you can't do with text, and you're just writing strictly text. So if you can get out of this habit of like, I have to have a punchline at the end of every second line, I think it's going to expand not only your writing, but your delivery as well. And it'll get you out of this, like this flow that you're stuck in where you're kind of forcing lines to fit so that you can make the punchline work. And that's the big problem that I'm hearing here is you're trying to make these punchlines work and it's fucking up your flow and everything. So I think, and that again, like you're getting better with the flow, but the writing has to change as well. Like you can't just get on beat and not adjust your writing too. Same thing we tell Fallen Dove, same thing we tell everybody else. Like it's an overall package, not just like do one thing and everything's all good and ready to go. So I give it a 5 too, but that's the main thing that I heard is like, okay, every single line ends with a punchline. It's like, when does it expand beyond that?
Dove asks, did he write to the beat? And he's already said, I've already called him out for not writing to the beat, like every song he's ever submitted. And he's like, it's hard. So we know, no, he doesn't write to the beat.
Yeah. What he specifically said, what he specifically says he does is he'll listen to the beat and be like, okay, this is the beat. And then he'll turn the beat off and write based on what he remembers. And that's basically what we've been saying is like, okay, you're writing with the beat in mind, but you're not writing to the beat. And that's what I'm saying is like, there's no adjustments to how the beat changes. Like otherwise he probably would have made some space for these weird ass fucking vocal samples in the beat, but he just write line after line after line and he comes back and delivers it like that.
But I do that too sometimes. So I think it's, you know, the part that's missing is the extra words, right? Kind of like you said, like I have no problem set up punchline, but something to think about is you can't have that punchline extend into the third line. Right? If you're doing setup punchline, it has to be 1 line, 2. Ideally, it would hit even harder if you did have just some regular lines in there. And I'd say that it would, it'd be more effective to have like normal line, setup, punchline, right? Like you don't have to have it just And that's kind of what it sounds like on this is like, I'm going up with my tone, and then down with the punchline. I go up with my tone, still keep up a little bit, and then down with the punchline on the third line. And you're like, you just slobbered into the next one. What are you doing? So I think that's the big adjustment there. Even if you want to do a setup punchline, you got to make sure it fits on 1 line, 2 lines max. can't bleed over into half of the third one, which is what happened on this track.
Got the club going up on Tuesday.
Hey.
All right.
Daisy for the follow.
Gunshot. Rate my album cover.
Ooh.
Okay.
Mike Potion?
The Potion. Come on, get it together.
Old eyes.
Let's focus.
So I'm guessing this is a young, poorly drawn man with lean, kind of drooling out of the side of his mouth. The eyes are misshapen. To me, this looks like it was 5 minutes max. Just like I see the cursor going over and clicking the ovals and just kind of leaving them, and then click fill orange, click fill orange. You know what I mean? Like, this feels like it took less than 5 minutes. And then the parental advisory sticker as well. My buddy Hardy, who, you know, isn't really a rapper as much as he is like a filmmaker, right? Helped with the documentary, legendary friend of mine. We were making some promotional materials. He's like, should we put a parental advisory sticker on it? And I was like, we're not owned by Clear Channel. Like, yeah, it's like kind of the cliche rapper thing, but like the reason they did that was because of Clear Channel and FCC and all these fucking, you know, rules and regulations for what was sold in a Sam Goody, which don't exist anymore. So you could have anything on there and wouldn't need the parental advisory sticker, is my thoughts. I'm going to give I could be wrong also. Fuck do I know about that? But that's what I believe to be true. For its glorifying of drug use and its poorly drawn eyes with the advisory sticker, I'm going to give a 2. Hey, what's up, party?
I struggle with this. The font just seems slapped on top of this picture. I guess I got to focus on the picture, right? I think Bird is right. If you spent more than 10 minutes on this, shame on you. Look, I can't tell if that's a cup like Bird said or if it's a pack of cigarettes. Are you wearing black gloves? Or are the hands like darker than the face? The eyes are obviously the shape tool with ovals that just aren't the same size. Drool coming out of the mouth. It feels silly and I guess it kind of depends on what the music sounds like. But if I saw this album cover, the bar would be low, is where I'm at. Like, I wouldn't see this and think it's going to be like, I don't know. Who's a good young artist that these people like?
Young Lean.
Yeah. I wouldn't see this and think I'm gonna hear like the next Kid Cudi, right? It's a double cup.
It looks like a styrofoam cup to me, but
God damn it! All right, shapes matter, right? So if it's a cup, it should have a cup shape, or if it's a bottle, it should look like a bottle. This to me looks like a pack of cigarettes. It's just missing a cigarette coming out of it. And I guess that's a hoodie because you've got like the drawstrings, but there's no hood. Like
no hood.
There's elements that are missing here that makes me think, the fuck is this? And that was my initial thought, and that's my closing thought. The fuck is this? 2.
All right. There it is. You know, it's been kind of rare that we've been so far apart. Maybe we've been doing this long enough where we just kind of have around the same ratings. We usually land around the same time. There was a time where I'd be like, this is 10, and you'd be like, fucking 4. They said words.
Now you still give some bullshit 10s every now and then.
No, never.
All right, next up, T-Chop, work in progress. Interested in feedback on structure, performance, too repetitive, simple. All right, let's go. I like the beat.
Wise man told me life ain't a talent show. sure you got skills, more about who you know ain't enough. Just doing what you do, need a million followers, billion streams too. Playing hard ain't so easy, I'm just some greasy dude, faking it till I make it, with my winning attitude, just like Mr. Beast. Except I got no audience, sticky 14 likes from my grandma and the dirty friends. But if you wanna make it, you gotta pay to play, dollars from your pocket, gonna pave the way. You think you wanna make it, here's what I gotta say. The fatter that you stack is the more that you can have your way. If you wanna make it, you gotta pay to play, dollars from your pocket, gonna pave the way. You think you wanna make it, here's what I gotta say. The fatter that you stack is the more that you can have your way. We get told, just the way it is. Get told, work your way up to pay the bills. $50 a day, I could buy your eyeballs. Boost my shit on Instagram and feel alive, y'all. Lights come pouring in, feels like a win, maybe a bit of a sin. I know the game I'm playing. You don't really love me, and that's okay, cause it's so fucking fun to just shoot the money gun, yeah. If you wanna make it, you gotta pay to play, dollars from your pocket, gonna pave the way. You think you wanna make it, here's what I gotta say. The fatter that you stack is the more that you can have your way. If you wanna make it, you gotta pay to play, dollars from your pocket, gonna pave the way. You think you wanna make it, here's what I gotta say. The fatter that you stack is the more that you can have your way. You and me can have a debate about it. Billionaires taking the money and you all irate about it. Fighting won't change a goddamn thing. Open up your eyes, look at the game you're playing. Stack deck, all in against your will. Swallowed up your dream, now swallow down the bitter pill. Let's be real, when the clock stops spinning, you ain't the one who'll be leaving with the winners, no. If you wanna make it, you gotta pay to play, dollars from your pocket, gonna pave the way. You think you wanna make it, and here's what I gotta say. The fatter that you stack is the more that you can have your way. If you wanna make it, you gotta pay to play, dollars from your pocket, gonna pave the way. You think you wanna make it, here's what I gotta say. The fatter that you stack is the more that you can have your way. That you stack is the more that you can have your way.
All right, that was T-Shop with Pay to Play. Pay to Play. I like the beat. I don't mind the song. There's just things about it that I feel like could be a little bit more dynamic. At first, I was kind of opposed to the way that you approached the flow, but I think after I listened to it more, it kind of worked. I just wish there was more variety in the delivery, right? It just felt kind of like I picked the style of delivery, I picked the flow, and then I stuck to that from start to end. And I wish there was a little bit more range in how it was delivered. It's not a bad track. It's just a safe track is how I would express it. Like, do more with your delivery, be a little bit more comfort in how you can play with words and your tones and flows a little bit more. And I think it'll bring out some of the qualities in this production. Where it's at right now, to give it a 6.5.
Yeah, I'm kind of in a similar vein where it's like, I really liked the beat, and instantly it came in and you're like, oh, this is fun, you know, and then you came in with your vocals, and it's not that I stopped having fun. It's not that. It's more that, like, I was like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing, right? Like, okay, we're on this journey. It kind of felt like the beat was doing one thing and the way you chose to deliver was like a strong choice, but just not the one that my ear initially wanted to hear. And then as it was going, I was kind of like, all right, like, I think you have a really cool voice, a really like strong voice for this. I think that kind of like Dice said is just, I was wanting a little bit more dynamics out of it. I do think, like, kind of like Ray said, I wanted you to sing, right? And you don't have to sing. You don't have to belt anything out. Just even like going up in an octave and down in an octave. Play with the attack of it. Play with how loud you say the words. Play with how soft you know, like there's a lot of different things you can do. It felt like, I think Dice said the word safe. For me, it just kind of felt stiff. the delivery felt stiff to me in that you're kind of only on these two sort of notes, and because of that, it didn't allow me to have as much fun with the song as I wanted. But I liked the overall message and the music, and I think you're on the right track. Let's call it a 6.
All right, next up, Catalyst. Pretty old song, got a clean mix up to new standards. So what? Boys at the end need to okay. So what?
So what?
No problem, T-Chop.
Cheers. This was good, man.
So what if we're drunk? Won't apologize to anyone. We're just having fun while we young enough to keep this train rolling on the track. By the time we get back, we gon' need another shot of something straight, and that's a fact. Just a little something straight to keep my mind up. No bad times are gonna find us. Been a little while since I felt down. Head up in the clouds, Hail Mary for the hometown, yeah. Got a pocket full of sunshine, them good vibes, that pre-roll smoke. Yeah, this drips right, no goodbyes. The beer's ice cold. It's just how it goes, yeah. Ain't never alone, yeah. This just how it goes. Ooh, pop bottles in moonlight. The homies, we all right. That's just how it goes. It's just how it goes, yeah. Cause every single day we wake up. We're gonna show this world the fuck we made up. Hey, ain't going back to the past. Yeah, we never looking back. No apologies or mishaps. No, yeah, we running last. Run the people in the back of the world doing tricks in our hands. So what if we're drunk? Won't apologize to anyone. We're just having fun while we young enough to keep this train rolling on the track. By the time we get back, we gon' need another shot of something straight, and that's a fact.
The night seems right, them lights, nice sight. Fine women and they dancing with all of my friends. Get something lit, forget the bullshit. Come down and party with the boys at the end. Pour another one up, get a little drunk. Give a little love when the sun comes up. We can worry about the headaches, the rest and the ethics. Working too early, feeling down and pathetic. Don't let it stress the mood, get the best of you. Let's move and forget it. Let's vibe for a minute. Keep that booty shaking, that's bioenergetics. Damn, oh my, I think I need a medic. She's so fine, you got your boy here sweating. Wish that I could stay just another day. But hey, let's keep it kinetic. Damn, she electric. Change up the throttle. Might flip the switch, watch me turn full throttle. Be a lucky man, no need for the lotto. I'm here for a night and a sip of the bottle. Little bit of weed, little something in a nozzle. Headed out the door and we walking with a wobble. Head us on the good night, focus on the good life. All the bullshit, can't wait till tomorrow. See ya.
If we're drunk, won't apologize to anyone. We're just having fun while we're young enough to keep this train rolling on the track. By the time we get back, we gon' need another shot of something straight, and that's a fact. So what?
Okay. So what, Bert?
Let me just say, I fucking love that song. I love that shit. That shit sounds like something that we would make back in the fucking frat days, just slamming, Four Locos and going and treating women bad. Not me, of course not. Kidding. We would never. This song, though, this was so fucking good. Right off the bat, I was like, oh, this beat is great. I want it. Give it to me. But since it's already taken, sure. Here's what I'd say about what exists here. I love the rawness of the vocals on the hook. I think the posse cut, kind of like we're all just at a bonfire fucking chanting, that's perfect for this song. I actually have no issues with the mix other than on the rap vocals. I think the rap vocals were a little lower and just kind of sat a little below the beat where I wanted them. Other than that, I don't know if this guy's still around or whatever. It felt like he could add some ad-libs on the verse for the rap player. If he's not, if he's since passed away from Four Loko related injuries, then just raise the rap vocal parts up, and I think it'll be serviceable. Banger. For how much I like it, I'm gonna give it a imperfect 8.5.
Damn. gonna change my rating just so we don't have the same. But yeah, I like this a lot. I think the hook, it sounds natural, and I think that's the thing that we express to a lot of people is just natural, authentic sounding deliveries and hooks and stuff like that. This sounds like a fun, like natural track. I think people can vibe with this and sing along to it. I really don't have a lot of nitpicks other than just the chaotic, just abrupt ending at the end, and the absence of ad libs or layering. Like if it just had like a little bit more body and presence, it would go a long way. So I will change my score to an 8 instead of an 8.5, so that Bird and I can venture on different paths.
Yeah, shout out.
Fuck his life. Tell him to get back to music.
Right? Married? Get out of here.
Whatever.
You know, none of those work out, right? Statistically speaking.
All right. Next up, Jay Light, Heal Me.
Need someone to talk to me. I need some constantly. Know it's the right thing. Cause what am I supposed to do? Been dealing with anxiety. The pressure really bothering me. I just need someone to call on. That's why I look to you to stay strong. Need you to heal me. God, I can't. Need you to heal me. Not what I am. Jesus, help me take a stand. Sometimes feel like I was lost. Got my husband at one cost. I was drawn to the fire like a moth. But I was saved by you, my God. Need you to heal me, God, I can't. Need you to heal me, not what I am. Jesus, help me take a stand. I shed my tears, you shed your blood. Felt like I couldn't get enough of your love. Felt like I was left in the dust. Then you picked me up, couldn't thank you enough. Thought I was stuck. Then you picked me up, couldn't thank you enough. Thought I was stuck. Need you to heal me.
Your face. That's what you look like right now.
I'm digesting. I think I got it. Jay Light, Heal Me. The mix sucks on this. The mix is just straight ass. That's the best. That's putting it nicely. I feel like even listening through the quality issues, you probably have something here. Like it feels like you're hitting the tones that need to be hit. You're hitting the emotion that needs to be hit. It's just the vocals sound like you're like in a radio 10,000 miles away, and the radio was meant for like 9,900 miles, you know, and you're like just barely out of the frequency range that it needs to be in. So it just comes through like garbled and very high, you know, with no body in it. And the only other thing that I just kind of like drove me a little bit nuts is just those long pauses where it's just the beat playing and there's nothing happening. You know, it feels like there's supposed to be some sort of climactic change, but you just kind of leave this open-ended space and then wait for the beat to drop again. Like, fill in some of those gaps, man. And like, it just needs a better quality. That really, at the end of the day, if you had better quality, it would make this 3 times better than where it's at right now. So I'm going to give it a respectful 4, but I think if it was better recorded and better mixed, I would start at a 7 and then work my way up from there with the little bits and pieces of technical things. But where it's at right now, it's just a 4 because it's just bad quality.
Yeah. 4th Street Catalyst, aka @Catalyst in the Discord, says, hit me up. I will help you if you like. He has been mixing a lot of the folks in the Discord recently. Obviously, White Collar Rhyme's own Mixer Paradise also offers these things on stream all the time, and no one ever takes him up on it. But J-Light, hit up Catalyst because, yeah, man, it's a mix issue. I agree. I think it sounded good tonally, just sounded terrible mix-wise. The percussion was way too loud. The percussion was kind of like, I just wanted to turn it down every time a drum snare hit. And yeah, you couldn't really hear what exactly was being said, just that, oh, words are happening. He's singing something. And then, yeah, just kind of the quality of it was just very muddled and in the background. But I think you got a great tone here. And yeah, I think this, you definitely have something here. I'll give it a respectful 5 because I see the potential here. It's just a mix issue for me.
Was this maybe like our first or second Christian song?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Not
But
sure.
I think we'd like the song. It's just the quality. So yeah, I mean, if you can get that cleaned up and better in a better standing, I'd definitely listen to it again because it didn't sound bad at all.
Look, I don't care if it's a Christian song or
Stripper song,
Black Satan, baby death music. I don't give a shit. If a song's good, a song's good. You know what I mean?
We had some Black Satan death baby music on Sunday show, that Rogue Cypher.
Oh yeah, that was what that was.
That was definitely some Satan music, but
Some
we shall never
glazed
speak of it again.
donuts.
No, God, no. Well, that's it for our subscribers, unless we have any last minute gotchas. Short show today, folks, but that's okay. We've had plenty long shows before, 3, 4, 5, 6 hour shows, so I'm okay getting out of here. And I'm sure you guys are eager to go back into the Discord and cause all sorts of hijinks.
Yeah, I mean, I got Tamale Boy and beer at 6, so this is kind of perfect timing.
Perfect. All right. Well,
as Catalyst sneaks in one more. I got time to do one.
well, that's the last one. Get out of here.
Smart man, sneaking it in as we do the outro.
I keep getting in my own way. Shoes tied and laced. Run to you, still slipping, tripping, end up on my face. I trip over my feet. You are all I need. Misses nothing like the mother fishes swimming in the sea. Swim and rescue me. Yeah, I'm sinking, thinking maybe this is how the world is probably meant to be. Come and rescue me. Yeah.
What's his name?
On my face, got me running out of faith, bro. I know.
No
it's
name.
okay though. You say so. Low bankroll, low tank, make my brain go think slow. Things gonna change, bro. How about the curly that's been blowing up your cell phone? See, follow intuition, swallowed by the vibe. Good in the black dress, my. Show look good, hair blonde dye, slim in condition with the pretty brown eyes. Ain't the wrong guy, you're Mr. Right. Not for the night, no, but for your life. Trust for sight when you roll the dice. We can dip out, hit the lights. Pick at me, stick with me, worry about nothing. Eternity with this queen really be something.
What's his social security number?
Is
The
this
driver's
love
license number.
or consumption? Not that drunk, but the heart still thumping. Pumping, fickle be the pickle that I really be stuck in. Jumping, embracing the pace in the days of the thunder. We rubbing and racing, she gave me her number. My friends is all waiting, I'm headed out. No better route, soon we'll be discussing our wedding vows. Or at least I hope so. I keep getting in my own way. Shoes tied and lace. Run to you, still slipping, tripping, end up on my face. I trip over my feet. You
Did
are
you
all
name
I need. Misses nothing
Rhonda?
like the mother fishes swimming in the sea. Swim and rescue me. Yeah, I'm sinking, thinking maybe this is how the world is probably meant to be. Come and rescue me. Yeah. Been finding peace in your eyes, even found a little bit of love in my heart. The feeling I get when you wrapped up inside of my arms multiply every day of the week, masking out all the dark thoughts. Lord knows I've had a few. Easy to stay the same when change is overdue. Rearrange and take the strength and commitment, it's nothing new. True, goddamn, I stumbled into you and I admit it. At the start I didn't know if you were feeling this. Didn't really know if you could see two kids do with you and me a fresh community. Like goddamn, she a blessing. Couple laid back months, straight love, no stressing. You complete the feast, no dressing. Every time I see you, bet your ass I'm dressing. You and me gon' teach this world a lesson.
Okay,
I
that
keep
was
getting in my own way. Shoes tied and lace. Run to you, still slipping, tripping, end up on my face.
Fucking
Trip over
Rhonda,
my
quit tripping and falling on his
You are all I
face.
need. Misses nothing like
Tie your
the mother
shoes.
fishes swimming in the sea. Swim and rescue
All right,
me.
that's
That was-
a good lesson. If you don't tie your shoes, this is what can happen. A marriage.
That's John Powell with "In My Own Way." Look, this is a good song. The problem with the song is it's just one layer all the way throughout. There's nothing to it. It's just no layers on the hook, no ad libs, no highlights, nothing. It's just like, hey, I'm gonna go in here and lay down this demo, and then I'll see you guys in 8 months. Is what this sounds like to me. And I don't even know that you need the bass guitar or sub bass or whatever the fuck you want to add on here. It just needs layers. Like, I don't know what's up with you people on the Discord who just record like these one take verses and one take hooks and then call it a day. Yeah, I'm shit talking, but yeah, that's the problem with this is there's no body to it. I'll give it a 7 for that reason. Could have been an 8.5, 9.
This is going to be a hot take. And I don't even know if I feel this way anymore. But the first time he came in and was singing, I was like, this, star power. You're a star, kid. And then he started rapping, and I was like, oh. And I think maybe that has to do with like some of the technical aspects that were left out of it. Like it's just a single layer. He's kind of like, seems like he's just trying so hard to rapidy rap. But it's like, well, that's not what the beat calls for, ironically enough. Me saying that, but it kind of feels a little weird. He's like attacking it that way, and as he's just like, you're like, oh man, just go back to the singing. So it's kind of like, just dribble your basketball, just sing your song. Fucking don't try to rap. That's how this one felt to me. Loved the chorus though, crazy good voice. Let's call this a 7.
Yeah, and in that same vein of thought, I could honestly see if you took out maybe the first rap verse and sung a verse and then had a rap as a closing, that would even work. But the absence of other things on this track makes it feel empty.
Yeah,
and
I bet he could go back and like fill those spaces in, and maybe it would be like, oh, okay, yeah, I hear it. Like I can hear a rap part for that song, but the singing was the highlight.
What up, Vulgar Banshee? That was the last song of the day. We're calling
Vulgar Ban
early today, so maybe we can enjoy our evenings. Bird's going to go get a little drinky drink. I'm going to get a little eat, and maybe we will have ourselves a great evening on the Discord. Agreed?
Agreed.
All right, we're gonna get out of here, folks. Reminder: if you are a producer tournament coming soon. I'll send out. I think we got a few slots left. I'm not going beyond 16. I refuse after seeing all the bitching and moaning in the Square Up Song League. Keeping it simple, folks. So I'll get the word out there. It should be interesting. Got some variety of talent signed up, so let's have some fun. We'll be back Sunday to listen to the free queue, and next week to do this again. So until then, adios, farewell, and ta-ta.
Tatas.
Nah.